Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Coronation Street spoilers next week. Secret exposed, teen attacked, affair caught and disappearance. The aftermath of Maria Windass discovering the depth of Liam Connor's despair continues in Weatherfield next week. Secrets always have a habit of coming out in the end, especially in soapland. And so next week, it's Joel Deering who is forced to admit the truth in Coronation Street that he first joined the ITV soap last year as the duty solicitor who was tasked with helping troubled Lauren Bolton. Romance has since blossomed for Joel and local lawyer Dee, but in recent scenes, more suspicions about his reason for appearing in Weatherfield were raised. After Dee was snowed under with work, Joel offered to meet a new client on her behalf and pass on notes. Joel was then seen meeting up with Dee's client in the bistro, but they were interrupted by the arrival of Emily, who was clearly angry. In a panic, Joel steered Emily out with Toya Habib watching on from the bar, intrigued, wondering who the woman was. In upcoming scenes, it's been revealed that Alia Nazir will soon have questions about her colleague and friend's new man after he claims that a receipt from an expensive jeweler was for cufflinks he bought. Alia jokes about his expensive taste, but as she later heads out, she spots Joel in a car being driven by a sullen-looking woman. Alia watches with her suspicions mounting. Later, Alia steels herself before showing Dee the CCTV footage from the bistro. Dee confronts Joel, who admits that he has a wife, Emily, and a daughter, Maisie. He claims his wife threw him out when she was pregnant because he had an affair, which leaves Dee reeling in shock. Meanwhile, the aftermath of Maria Windass discovering the depth of Liam Connor's despair continues in Weatherfield next week. An exhausted Maria watches over Liam while he sleeps. She calls the doctor and demands an urgent appointment. Liam opens up to Dr. Gaddis, admitting his life had become so unbearable that he just wanted to end it. Dr. Gaddis tells Maria that she's referring Liam to a mental health unit, but there's a long waiting list, so in the meantime she must keep a close eye on him. Meanwhile, when Mason goads Gary Windass, telling him that Liam needs to watch his back, Gary sees red and throws him to the ground. Sean Tully dashes over and threatens to report Gary to the police. Determined to clear Dylan's name, Sean demands he hands over his phone. As Sean scrolls through Dylan's messages, a look of horror appears on his face. Later, George Shuttleworth, Eileen Grimshaw and Mary Taylor make a fuss of Dylan on his birthday, but Sean can barely look at him. Dylan feels awful as he unwraps a watch to see that Sean has had it engraved. Soon, Eileen urges Sean to sit down and talk to Dylan properly. Also on the street, Bobby tells Lauren Bolton that he knows about her Ovid's videos and he's worried about her. Lauren clams up, leaving Bobby frustrated. But Lauren admits to Bethany Platt she's skinned and wonders if she'd write up her story of how she was brainwashed by a far-right group and sell it to a magazine. Bobby calls at the cafe looking for Lauren and is put out to hear Roy Cropper sacked her. Her former boss later calls at Lauren's flat with her wages, and as Lauren thanks him for his kindness, she tells him she plans to leave Weatherfield and start afresh. Soon after, Bobby arrives at Lauren's and finding the door unlocked, lets himself in. With no sign of Lauren, Bobby sends her a text and heads out, locking the door behind him.